Arsenal Football Club, a club so massive that every single season starts with hope and somehow ends with embarrassment. 20 years without a Champions League, years of people calling them bottlers, banter everywhere, and honestly I got tired of it, so I decided to fix Arsenal in any season. But the board didn't just want improvement, they wanted everything: the Premier League, the FA Cup, the Champions League, the treble. And if I failed even any challenge I'd get sacked instantly, +1. Of our players also had to win the Golden Boot, so basically there was no pressure at all, and that's when the rebuild became completely insane because we signed Kvaratskhelia to terrorize defenders, brought in Julian Alvarez to lead the attack, then made a transfer so controversial Arsenal fans might still hate me for it with Ben White out and Sandro Tonali in a straight swap deal, before selling Gabriel Jesus, clearing out the deadwood, and rebuilding the squad around Soccer, Rice, Odegaard, Saliba, and Alvarez, because if Arsenal were finally going to stop being a joke in big competitions, then this team needed to become monsters, and somehow it actually worked because now Arsenal are in the Champions League final, one step away from the Premier League title, and one win away from completing the greatest season in club history. But trust me, this season did not go smoothly because there were transfer wars, injury scares, brutal Champions League nights, and one moment where I genuinely thought the entire rebuild was about to collapse. And the craziest part is that it all started with ONE match, opening day, Manchester United, at the Emirates. Season 1 starts now. Opening day of the season. A new look Arsenal, a rebuilt squad, and our very first Premier League matches against Manchester United. But forget the new signings for a second, because look who's starting: 16-year-old academy graduate Max Daumann. Yeah, this kid, and somehow he's already sharing the pitch with Kvaratskhelia and Julian Alvarez like this is completely normal, no pressure at all. And remember, we have to start the season with a win, because if we don't win the treble this year, I'm literally getting sacked. And honestly, I kinda feel bad for Bukayo Saka because bro has been at Arsenal for almost 8 years and still hasn't won a major trophy. He's already 24, entering his prime, and if there's ever a season to finally do it for him, it's this one. And we are underway at the Emirates. Declan Rice swings in the cross. Daumann with the shot. But it goes wide. Early warning signs already. Manchester United win a corner now, but David Raya comes out and claims it safely, and I can't even lie, Raya has been really solid for Arsenal. Massive block by Rice there too. Now it's Soccer on the ball. Daumann intercepts it back immediately, nice pass into Kvaratskhelia. And here he goes. Kvaratskhelia driving forward, cuts inside, takes the shot. Saved by the keeper, but Alvarez is there for the rebound. Goal for Arsenal. First game, first goal in an Arsenal shirt for Julian Alvarez, and hopefully the start of a Golden Boot winning season. United trying to respond now, Brian Bumo looking for space, but Rice intercept again. Gabriel to Lewis Skelly into Daumann to Kvaratskhelia. Nah, this football is beautiful. Kvaratskhelia keeps going, cuts inside again, looking for space, still moving, still cooking. He plays it through, and he scores. Opening day, and he is absolutely cooking Manchester United. And now he wants one for himself. Kvaratskhelia cuts inside again. Shoots, goal. Top left corner. First game of the season, and he joins the party too. Alvarez almost gets another right before halftime, but it drifts wide. Halftime. And honestly, this Arsenal team looked terrifying. Into the second half now, Daumann slips the pass through to Soccer. Soccer finally trying to get involved properly, but it's a great save by the keeper. Kvaratskhelia creates another chance, Rice hits it first time, saved again. We honestly didn't do much in the second half, but the damage had already been done. Full time. Arsenal 2, Manchester United 0. And Kvaratskhelia gets man of the match because bro was everywhere. Him and Daumann completely changed the game, and honestly, I think this kid deserves way more minutes this season. So after that, we decided to sim all the way to January, and somehow we were cooking. Arsenal sat top of the Premier League with 53 points, 13 points clear of Manchester City. Julian Alvarez already had 14 league goals, only one behind Ollie Watkins in the Golden Boot race. Soccer had 6 assists, Alvarez had 5, and Martin Odegaard also had 5. In the Champions League, we topped the group. Alvarez scored 4 goals, only one behind Erling Haaland. Odegaard added 3 goals himself, while Rice picked up 2 assists. And in the FA Cup, Kvaratskhelia, Soccer, and Lewis Skelly had all already scored, while Soccer and Kvaratskhelia both grabbed assists too. Everything was going perfectly. Which obviously meant something disastrous was probably coming soon. January arrives, and suddenly Arsenal turns into a transfer battlefield. Clubs are coming for everybody, but especially 2 names keep appearing everywhere: Declan Rice and 16-year-old wonder kid Max Daumann. Offers flying in, rumors everywhere, social media losing its mind, but the message from the board is simple: not for sale. We're not building for profit anymore. We're building for history. And once all that transfer drama settles down, the real chaos begins. FA Cup quarter-finals. Nottingham Forest. And honestly, light work. We knock them out with no real stress and move straight into the semi-finals, where we get Chelsea in a massive London derby. Pressure everywhere, rivalry match, no room for mistakes, but somehow this Arsenal team handles it perfectly. We knock Chelsea out and book our place in the FA Cup final. But while all of this is happening, the Champions League draw drops. And it's brutal. Round of 16. Real Madrid. The biggest test in European football. First leg at the Emirates, and we lose 1-0. Complete silence around the club because now the questions start hitting hard. Is the treble dream already dead? Is the Champions League run over? And is my job about to collapse in the most painful way possible? But there's still one more game left. And if there's one thing this Arsenal team has shown all season, it's that we do not die quietly. Second leg. Santiago Bernabeu. The hardest stadium in football. And somehow, we survive. The game goes all the way to extra time, ends 2-2, and Arsenal eliminate Real Madrid. We are still alive. Quarter-finals next. Liverpool. First leg, absolute destruction. 4-1. Pure dominance from start to finish. Second leg, we lose 2-1, but honestly it doesn't even matter because we still go through on aggregate. Then the semi-finals arrive, and somehow it gets even worse. Aston Villa. Premier League rivals. One step away from the Champions League final. And we make it look easy. 4-1. We send them home, and just like that, Arsenal are in the Champions League final against Inter Milan. But before we even get there, FA Cup final. Manchester United again. Same rivalry. Same pressure. But this time, no mistakes. Arsenal win 2-0. One trophy down. TWO to go. And at this point, everything is clicking. The FA Cup run was domination from start to finish. Alvarez scoring goals everywhere. Soccer creating chances for fun. And Max Daumann, bro, is literally turning into a monster in real time. But in the Premier League, the pressure never disappears because one bad result now changes everything. One slip, one bad performance, one mistake, and the entire season could collapse instantly. One trophy secured. 2 remaining. Champions League final. Premier League title race. And the terrifying thought that after everything we've done this season, we could still end up with nothing. But now? We don't stop. We don't slow down. We go all in. Champions League final, the biggest stage in club football, and for Arsenal it's been 20 years since 2006, 20 years of pain, near misses, and people calling them bottlers. But tonight that script is over because this Arsenal team is different with Soccer, Rice, Odegaard, Kvaratskhelia, and Julian Alvarez leading the line against Inter Milan, and from kickoff Rice and Tunnelly start controlling the midfield. Soccer linking play, Tunnelly threading passes, Kvaratskhelia immediately causing problems, and he scores to give Arsenal the lead in the final. Inter trying to respond but getting shut down every time by Saliba and Rice. Arsenal in full control going into halftime 1-0 up. Then second half starts and Soccer, Odegaard, and Alvarez start combining. Alvarez first chance saved, second chance off the post, but he keeps going, he stays alive in the box. And then he finally breaks through and scores to make it 2-0 Arsenal, and then it gets worse for Inter because Alvarez picks up another chance and scores again, and suddenly he's on a hat-trick in a Champions League final, something nobody expected. Not Messi, not Ronaldo, but Alvarez is rewriting history, and he doesn't stop there, he rounds the keeper and scores his 4th goal. Arsenal are completely destroying Inter Milan in a Champions League final, and just like that Odegaard is lifting the trophy, Arsenal are champions of Europe. But the season isn't over yet because the Premier League is still there. And the pressure is still on, but they don't crumble. They finish on 101 points, 20 points clear of Manchester City. Alvarez wins the Golden Boot with 27 goals, Kvaratskhelia scores 14, Soccer and Odegaard dominate the assists, and in Europe Alvarez finishes with 9 Champions League goals. Arsenal win the FA Cup, the Champions League, and the Premier League, completing the treble and officially turning bottlers into history makers.